guys, welcome to the holiday Q&A. So, as you can see, we have these cool stockings with questions that we got from you guys. So thank you so much for sending them. And I think maybe Maria will start.
Sure. Okay. Let's begin. Okay, and this is a question from Matthew. What do you like to do in your free time? Well, that can be a long answer. Well, traveling is definitely one of the things that I like to do, but when I'm not on the move, I love dancing. I have one more. What nationality are you? Well, I guess you could say Russian Swiss. I was born in Russia and I lived there for 12 years, and then I moved and I lived in Switzerland for 12 years, in Lausanne, in the French part. So I'm Russian and Swiss.
So, question from Andrea from Italy. What is your nationality? Did you live for a long time in an English-speaking country? So I'm Swedish, but I grew up in Asia. My dad was a pilot before, so I've traveled a lot since I was a kid. And I've also lived in California and in Sydney. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I have an American accent, I guess.
Question from Diane Grassi. I would like to know more about Kendra. Diane. Long story short, I am American. I grew up in the US, in Boston, and in California. And right now I live in Berlin. I work making videos and basically as a creative. So I write, I make videos, and I cook a lot. So I end up writing recipes quite often. Yeah.
Let's see. So my next question is from Julie in London, where I know that someone is going pretty soon. Mm-hmm. Yes. What was your favorite place in Malta? So my favorite place was actually Mdina. It was the oldest part of Malta that I went to, and it had a deep historical meaning, and it was so peaceful, and the people there were so polite and nice, and I just had a good time there and good company with Monique as well. Yes. Where are you from? I'm half Swedish and I'm half Persian.
This question is from Simona. What is more important to you, that food is healthy or that it tastes good? That is a really good question. Okay, so I'm gonna have to think about it for a moment. I think I usually don't choose between the two. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Like, you can have both. Because if you actually use good ingredients to begin with, food usually turns out really tasty. So if you use whole food that's really good, you usually don't have a problem. Mm-hmm. But I mean, in the end, it has to be tasty. So.
Okay, so the next question is from Stefan. How do I know who has won the prizes you give away in some of your videos? Okay, so when we have a prize to give, it's gonna say under the video in the description the deadline by which you have to submit your answer for one of my questions, and then it's also going to say who has won the prize, and then we're gonna ship it to the winner.
Mm-hmm. This question is from Murilo from Brazil. I heard that parts of Game of Thrones were filmed in Malta. Did you see any of the film locations? Yes, the gate in Mdina, the beautiful large gate that you first walk through when you're entering the city, that was actually a part of the Game of Thrones season 1.
Really?
So yes, and I love Game of Thrones.
So where in the Game of Thrones universe were that gate?
It's King's Landing in season 1, actually.
Yes. The center
Nice.
of it all.
Yeah.
So, question from Elena. What celebrity would you most like to sit next to on a plane? I'm a huge DiCaprio fan. So I would probably want to sit next to him, I think.
I actually saw him
Oh, really?
in LA
You did?
food shopping.
Oh, cool.
He was on a bike and had a helmet and a cool leather jacket.
Oh, nice.
So this question is from Laura. When you travel, do you have time to work out? In Malta, I did not work out because I didn't have a gym at the hotel. There's no excuse for not working out. I could have been running at the beach and everything, but I was just kind of lazy and I was just enjoying the food there, so I didn't work out.
Question from Jeanne Le. If you had to stay somewhere for several years, where would that be? If I had to stay somewhere for a long time and out of places where I haven't lived yet for a long time, actually, Paris would be one of them. And not just because we've traveled there, but because I really, really love that city.
See? Right. So this question is from Chico. Do you think I should learn American English or British English? Maybe. I think most people, the world is so international these days. I think most people actually speak international English. What do you guys think?
Get all the basics first, so you just feel comfortable in speaking first.
I think when you come from a different country, regardless whether you choose British or American, it's still gonna be special you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be strictly British or strictly American, as I agree that we're so international. I mean, look at all of us just here now, that I don't think we should limit ourselves and say this is the right way and that's it.
So I think Chico, maybe you should focus on getting yourself understood first, and I think you'll be okay.
So my next question is from Veronica in Mexico. If the weather is good, is it possible to go swimming in the Blue Grotto? Yeah, absolutely. I think so, because I spoke to the captain about that and he was like, yeah, most people actually do take a swim and look around. And will the captain wait for you? Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, I don't think he just...
But maybe you should double check and ask the captain as well when you go.
Okay, questions from Mylène. What is your favorite French fashion brand?
Okay.
Oh God, I actually have a lot of... Oh yeah, of course I know. God, I do love French brand. I love Chanel and Dior and
Chanel.
So, this question is from Bibi. What kind of music do you listen to when you go running? Really good question. I mean, I listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of rock.
Get that going.
What kind of music do you listen to on an airplane? Really specific. Good question as well. I tend to listen to more calm music when I'm on a plane.
All right. Question from Beatrice from Brazil. This is for everybody actually. So it's good I had my turn. It ended up being for everyone. All right. I have so many questions, but I want to know, what local habits have you guys found most surprising? So I spent some time in India once, and I guess in the West, or in general in the US, when we say yes to something, we nod our head this way. In India, at least in like the Northwest, oftentimes people would shake their head like this. So, and it meant, and you weren't, and it was very clear.
Is it a yes or is it a no?
Yeah.
So I would say yes, and it's like...
No, yeah, I've heard that, the more you shake your head as well, the more you're sure of something. I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not...
So it was just very subtle.
Yeah. If anyone's from India and
please.
you're watching, please let us know.
Clarify.
Clarify.
Something that comes to me, it's like, I guess because that was quite a big change from Europe, is in Japan. I loved the fact, and it wasn't that it's surprising in a pleasant way. When somebody gives something to you or takes something for you, they do it with both hands. So, and it just shows, to me, it showed so much respect, because the person is really in the moment. They're not like, here you go. It's they're focused on you, and I don't know, I thought that was a nice gesture.
So question from Julie from Germany. What was your personal favorite place in Miami? My personal favorite place were definitely the Everglades. We went to see some alligators, which was amazing. It was really cool.
Everglades is awesome.
So you're gonna be able to see that episode the 12th of January. But yeah, I really love experiences, general nature experiences, and especially with animals.
It's like an adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. And that kind of airboat that we were on, I mean, we were so close to all the alligators and everything. It was really, really cool.
This question is from Yasuko in Japan. I watched your vlog about Thanksgiving turkey. Do Americans only eat turkey at Thanksgiving or at other holidays as well? First, there isn't a general answer for everyone in the United States because there's so many different cultures. But one thing we do share quite often for Thanksgiving is the turkey. And some people also do turkey for Christmas. But that's optional because you can have lots of different kinds of roast.
Question from Alex Bakunovic. What is the next country you're going to visit? Well, I'm actually going to take a Eurostar train from Paris to London, and I'm very excited about that. That's going to be amazing. What is your favorite country? I can't choose one. I can't. I just love people in general, and I love traveling, and every country has something special about it, so there is not one that's favorite, but I can say there is something favorite about every place that I go to. So the time is out, and that was my last question for today, but it was great.
It was really fun.
Yeah, and it was so nice getting to know you guys more as well.
I know.
Likewise.
Definitely, because we're always sort of on the go, like traveling, so we don't get to spend so much time together. So that was really fun. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for sending in these awesome questions, and we hope that you guys have a great holiday.
Yes.
For sure. Bye.
Happy
Holidays, guys.
Happy holidays!